Chosen one, there are moments in life when the universe aligns so perfectly that you can feel the air itself charged with anticipation. This is one of those moments. You've been walking through seasons of preparation, endurance, and faith-testing trials, and now the atmosphere around you is shifting. Friday isn't coming as just another date on the calendar. It's arriving as a divine intersection, a collision point between what you've been sowing in silence and what's about to be revealed in the open. You may not even realize it yet, but the small, consistent steps you've been taking, even when no one applauded, even when no one noticed, have been building momentum in the unseen realm. The conversations you've had, the risks you've taken, the hours you've invested in refining your vision, all of it has been creating a magnetic pull for opportunity to find you. This Friday could be the day that pull reaches its full force, attracting exactly what you need to propel you into your millionaire era. Before we go deeper, watch this message until the very end and truly absorb it. Then, write your warmest wishes in the comments, along with the number 144. This is not just about words, it's about activating the energy of your intentions and releasing them into the universe. Every wish you write is a seed, and the collective energy of all of us together can amplify the manifestation power. Now, chosen one, show your light by liking this video and subscribed to the channel. And let's step into this together. Here's what you must understand. Big shifts rarely happen by accident. They are the result of divine timing meeting prepared hands. The window you're about to step into will not stay open forever. There will be opportunities disguised as challenges, and blessings wrapped in the unexpected. You must be ready to recognize them without hesitation. When this Friday arrives, something or someone could appear that holds the key to unlocking wealth, influence, and the resources you've been praying for. But you can't walk into it with the mindset you had last season. That old thinking, those old fears, the hesitations you once entertained, they don't belong here. This is the kind of moment that demands boldness, precision, and unwavering belief. It's the kind of moment where a single yes could shift the trajectory of your destiny, and a single no could close a door for years. That's why clarity is everything right now. If you've been feeling the nudge to prepare, whether that's refining your pitch, finishing that project, or aligning your finances, take it seriously. The energy of Friday will favor the ready, not the perfect, but the ready. You don't have to have every answer, but you must have the courage to step forward when the call comes. The millionaire era isn't just about stacking money. It's about stepping into a version of yourself who knows how to handle abundance, influence, and legacy with wisdom. The truth is, chosen one, most people won't even notice the kind of shift you're about to experience until it's already in full motion. That's the beauty of divine setups. They happen quietly, almost invisibly, until the moment they can no longer be ignored. This is why your focus between now and Friday must be razor sharp. Every distraction that tries to creep in, every unnecessary conversation, every old temptation to explain yourself to people who still don't get it, let it all go. Your energy is too valuable to be scattered right now. Think of Friday as a vault door. It's heavy, it's locked, and it's been sealed for a long time. But the key has been in the making through every season you've endured, every challenge, every no you heard, every tear you cried in secret. They were all shaping that key. And when this day arrives, you'll find that the lock opens effortlessly. Not because the door got weaker, but because you finally became strong enough to turn it. This is also a season where you must listen more than you speak. The universe, and more importantly, the Spirit guiding you, will be dropping cues and clues in unusual ways. It might come through a conversation you weren't expecting, a message that lands in your inbox, or a situation that seems ordinary but holds extraordinary potential. Don't rush past it. The millionaire era is rarely born from chaos. It's born from precision, timing, and alignment. And here's the part that separates those who step into wealth from those who just talk about it: the willingness to act without delay. There will be something on Friday that calls for a decision, and your speed in answering will determine how far and how fast you move. Doubt may try to creep in, whispering old fears into your mind, but you'll have to remember, hesitation has killed more opportunities than failure ever could. Chosen one, the days leading up to Friday are more than just waiting. They're preparation disguised as stillness. In moments like these, heaven often operates in layers you can't fully see, shifting things in the background, aligning people, and setting the stage so that when the curtain lifts, you walk into a scene that's already been written for you. That's why this is not the time to get restless or impatient. It's the time to sharpen your inner posture and make sure your spirit is tuned in like a finely set instrument. One thing you have to understand is that great wealth, true destiny-level wealth, doesn't just arrive because you've wished for it. It arrives because you've been trained to hold it without losing yourself. This week, notice how certain situations might test your patience, humility, or even your discipline. That's not a coincidence. Those little tests are heaven's way of ensuring you can handle the magnitude of what's coming without crumbling under the weight of it. You have to start thinking like someone who already has what you're about to receive. That means no impulsive decisions, no reckless movements, and no emotional reactions that could derail you. People may test you, some intentionally, some without even realizing they're being used as a distraction. But you can't let them pull you out of alignment. You're standing on the edge of something monumental, and the wrong step now could delay what was meant to arrive right on time. Also, don't underestimate how subtle the divine signal might be on Friday. It may not come as fireworks and trumpets. It could be a phone call, a small opportunity, or even a conversation that unlocks a chain reaction leading to your millionaire era. But to recognize it, you have to be present in every moment, not mentally wandering into doubt or fear. Chosen one, when heaven schedules a shift like the one set for Friday, it's not just about what's coming to you. It's about how ready you are to expand into it without shrinking back. Too many people pray for a breakthrough, but when it finally comes, they hesitate, overthink, or let fear convince them that they're not ready. That will not be your story. This is the moment to mentally rehearse boldness. See yourself walking into the rooms you've only dreamed about. Picture yourself signing the contracts, shaking the hands, and standing in the spaces that used to feel out of reach. Your mind needs to get comfortable with the reality of wealth, influence, and elevated responsibility before it physically arrives. This mental alignment is not just imagination, it's spiritual agreement with your destiny. You also have to remember that millionaire energy doesn't wait for perfect conditions. It moves with faith, while others are still analyzing the risk. That means on Friday, you may have to say yes to something quickly, intuitively, and without overanalyzing. Your preparation right now is what will give you the confidence to move without hesitation when that moment appears. Another thing, protect your atmosphere in these final days. The wrong voices can talk you out of your blessing faster than any external enemy. Keep your circle clean, your energy guarded, and your focus razor sharp. If someone's words don't feed your faith, you don't need them in your ears right now. This is not just about one lucky opportunity. It's about a divine turning point that launches you into a season where abundance becomes your default setting. Chosen one, the divine signal on Friday will not always arrive in the most obvious way. Sometimes it will come as a sudden invitation. Other times, as a conversation that feels too significant to ignore, or even an unexpected message that shifts your direction. What separates those who walk into their millionaire era from those who miss it is the ability to discern quickly and act with faith. This is why you cannot afford to be distracted. You need to be present in your spirit, alert in your mind, and prepared in your actions. On Friday, if you sense that something aligns with your purpose, even if it stretches you, don't let hesitation rob you of the door God is opening. Opportunities tied to destiny don't wait for your comfort zone to catch up. Also, understand that divine funding is not just about money falling into your lap. It's about God resourcing the vision He gave you, connecting you with people, platforms, and provisions that align perfectly with the blueprint in heaven. That means Friday might not only bring a check, it could bring the right partner, the perfect location, or the strategic alliance you've been praying for. If you measure the blessing only by its financial size, you might overlook the seed that's meant to grow into a fortune. In this season, you must also embody the mindset of someone who has already received. That means showing up in conversations as if you belong in the room, making decisions as if you already operate on a higher level, and moving with the quiet confidence of someone heaven is backing. Wealth is not just a number in your account, it's an atmosphere you carry, and people will sense it before the money even arrives. Chosen one, when Friday delivers that divine opening, your next responsibility is to protect and multiply it. The initial blessing is a signal, not the finish line. Too many people receive their breakthrough and then let old habits erode the momentum. This cannot be you. What God is releasing is not just a single event. It's a foundation for generational influence. First, you must guard your environment. Not everyone can be around what's about to grow in your life. People with small thinking will shrink your vision without even trying. They'll speak doubt where you need faith, and they'll focus on problems where you need solutions. That's why you must keep your circle intentional. This season requires voices that sharpen your strategy, not drain your spirit. Second, you must reinvest the blessing. Whether Friday brings a sudden financial influx, a strategic connection, or an open platform, you need to pour it back into the vision that God is funding. This is not the time for random spending or scattered moves. It's the time for targeted action. The way you treat the seed will determine how quickly it multiplies into the harvest. Third, move in stealth. The richest blessings often grow best in silence, shielded from premature exposure. Share only with those who have proven they can carry your vision in prayer and action, not gossip and envy. In this stage, your greatest asset is discernment, knowing what to reveal, when to reveal it, and to whom. Finally, start thinking in systems, not just steps. A one-time win can make you happy, but a system turns it into recurring success. Build processes that keep the income flowing, the opportunities multiplying, and your influence expanding long after the initial Friday surprise fades. Chosen one, your millionaire era isn't just built by strategy, it's sustained by alignment. When God positions you for a financial and spiritual rise, the currency that keeps the flow steady is obedience, gratitude, and vision. You cannot separate the spiritual posture from the financial breakthrough. They are bound together like the roots and fruit of the same tree. Alignment means guarding your mindset from the subtle shifts that success can trigger. Wealth has a way of attracting both opportunity and distraction. It can either amplify your mission or dilute your focus, and the difference is determined by whether you keep God as the anchor of your decisions. The moment you let ego lead, the stream begins to dry. The moment you let fear choke your moves, the door begins to close. But when you remain humble, decisive, and obedient, the flow continues without resistance. In this season, your prayer life becomes your compass. Your inner discipline becomes your shield. Your generosity becomes your weapon. You will notice that the more you give with the right heart, the more comes back multiplied. You will also notice that the more you set boundaries and protect your peace, the sharper your business instincts become. This isn't coincidence. It's the effect of staying in spiritual alignment with your financial calling. You must also learn to adapt without losing your core. Markets change, trends shift, opportunities evolve, but the mission God gave you remains your foundation. When you adapt from a place of vision, you expand without compromise. When you chase trends without vision, you weaken your position. Every move you make now must pass the test. Does this align with the purpose I've been given? If not, it's a distraction dressed as an opportunity. Chosen one, scaling your momentum into an unstoppable empire requires you to think beyond quick wins and momentary applause. This is where you shift from being a recipient of blessings to becoming a steward of legacies. The surprise that launches your millionaire era is only the ignition. What comes next determines whether it remains a spark or becomes a blazing fire that lights generations. You must first secure the foundation. A shaky structure can't handle the weight of exponential growth. This means strengthening your systems, refining your team, and ensuring that every moving part of your life and business runs in alignment with your core vision. You can't build an empire on chaos, so you must become intentional about organization, delegation, and protection. Next, expand with precision. Expansion is not about grabbing every opportunity that comes your way, but about selecting the ones that magnify your vision and multiply your impact. Some doors will look attractive, but lead you away from your mission. Others may seem small at first, but open into vast corridors of influence. You must train your spiritual instincts to recognize the difference. Also, prepare for the resistance that will come with rising influence. The higher you go, the more your presence disrupts the comfortable patterns of those who wish things to remain as they are. But you are not here to blend in. You are here to shift the atmosphere. This means having unshakable boundaries, unshakable focus, and unshakable faith that no sabotage can reverse what God has set in motion. When you master this balance of protection, precision, and purpose, you don't just grow wealth, you grow power, influence, and a spiritual footprint that cannot be erased. The kind of empire you build in this season will not just reflect your success, it will carry God's signature in every corner of it. Chosen one, building generational wealth, is not simply about stacking numbers in a bank account. It's about embedding your values, vision, and victories into a structure that outlives you. The surprise that launches your millionaire era is just the gateway. What follows is the crafting of a legacy so deeply rooted that no storm, no market shift, no enemy plot can uproot it. Generational wealth begins with a mindset shift. You're no longer thinking in terms of me or even now. Every decision is filtered through the question, will this still matter 50 years from today? That question alone will filter out impulsive moves, wasteful spending, and hollow opportunities that look shiny but hold no real weight. It's about building streams of income that feed into each other, investments that grow while you rest, and ventures that can be passed down without losing their integrity. You must design your empire in a way that it can be transferred, not just in assets, but in wisdom, culture, and principles. Protecting what you build is as important as creating it. That means understanding contracts, securing your intellectual property, diversifying your holdings, and shielding your assets from both external threats and internal mismanagement. Many empires have fallen because they were not protected from the inside. But most of all, your wealth becomes generational when it's tied to something divine, when its purpose is bigger than lifestyle, bigger than status, and bigger than personal comfort. When your financial moves are driven by vision, your legacy will never be just about money. It will be about impact, influence, and the undeniable mark you leave on the world. Chosen one, sustaining your millionaire era is a discipline, not a moment. The surprise that launched it may have been sudden, but keeping it alive requires daily intention, daily clarity, and daily obedience to the whispers God places in your spirit. The moment you allow distraction, entitlement, or comfort to dull your edge, the momentum begins to slow. And in this era, slowing down is not an option. Your first spiritual strategy is to anchor your wealth in purpose. Without a divine why, riches become a revolving door. Easy to come, easy to go. But when every investment, every partnership, and every new venture is weighed against your God-given mission, you'll find that you stop chasing trends and start building foundations. The second is to protect your mental and spiritual environment. Not everyone can have access to you in this season. Some voices may be good, but not God-sent. You'll need to learn the art of keeping certain plans in the vault, releasing them only when they are fully formed and divinely timed. The third is relentless growth. Wealth is not static. It either multiplies or it declines. That means staying educated, diversifying your knowledge just as much as your assets, and making sure you're not just a recipient of blessings, but also a wise steward of them. Lastly, remember that gratitude is a force multiplier. The more you thank God for what you have, the more He trusts you with what's next. Gratitude shifts your focus from fear of losing to confidence in expanding. Chosen one, wealth may be visible in the physical, but its roots are entirely spiritual. What you see in your bank account is the harvest of unseen seeds you've sown in faith, discipline, and obedience. This is why your millionaire era isn't just about money. It's about alignment. The spiritual laws that govern overflow are precise, and when you align with them, expansion becomes inevitable. The first law is the law of divine exchange, giving before receiving. This isn't just about money. It's about releasing energy, resources, and opportunities with the knowing that what you give in obedience will multiply back to you. The second is the law of integrity, the foundation on which trust is built. When you operate in full truth, you attract partners, opportunities, and doors that deception could never open. Then there is the law of preparedness, acting as though the promise has already been delivered. This is more than positive thinking. It's strategic positioning. You arrange your environment, schedule, and mindset for the level of success you're stepping into even before it arrives. And perhaps most overlooked, the law of preservation, understanding that blessings must be guarded as fiercely as they're pursued. Some losses aren't the result of the enemy attacking. They're the result of careless stewardship. You can't afford to be casual with what heaven has trusted you with. Your millionaire era will not be sustained by accident. It will be sustained by intentional alignment with these spiritual laws. Once you master them, you won't just keep the wealth, you'll multiply it in ways that impact generations. Chosen one, there are moments in life when heaven compresses years into days, when what should have taken a decade suddenly unfolds in a week. That's what prophetic timing feels like. It's not random, it's not luck. It's a divine acceleration triggered by obedience, positioning, and readiness. This Friday's surprise, the one carrying the seed of your millionaire era, is the result of time collapsing around your destiny. You must understand something. Divine nudges don't arrive in silence. They arrive in patterns, a repeated dream, a sudden urge to move in a certain direction, an unexplainable restlessness, or a door that keeps appearing in front of you. These are not coincidences. They're signals from the spiritual realm, coded invitations to step into the moment heaven has prepared. When God decides to accelerate you, He won't give you the full picture at once. He will give you a piece, just enough to test if you'll act in faith. This is where most people fail. They hesitate, overthink, and talk themselves out of the very step that would have unlocked the floodgates. But you, chosen one, have been trained for this. The discomfort you've endured, the seasons you've endured without answers, they've been grooming you to move without the need for total clarity. In prophetic timing, delays turn into divine setups. People who overlooked you will suddenly remember your name. Opportunities you thought were gone will reappear, upgraded and multiplied. And financial doors you didn't even know existed will open with your name engraved on them. This isn't just about getting wealthy. This is about arriving at a place where your wealth is an assignment, not just an achievement. Where every dollar is infused with purpose, and every investment becomes a kingdom seed that multiplies beyond your lifetime. Chosen one, prophetic timing without preparation is like a wave without a surfer. Powerful, but wasted. You've been given the privilege of seeing the signs before they break into reality. And that means you have the responsibility to be ready before the day arrives. This Friday may carry the spark for your millionaire era, but how you position yourself will determine if that spark becomes a lasting fire or a fading flicker. Preparation begins in the mind. Wealth flows to those who can manage it, not just receive it. This means training your thoughts to operate from abundance, not scarcity. Scarcity will make you hoard, hesitate, and miss opportunities. Abundance will make you invest, plant seeds, and multiply what you're given. You must learn to think like the one who already has the outcome, because in the spiritual realm, you already do. Preparation also happens in your habits. If you can't be disciplined with what you have now, you'll crumble under the weight of what's coming. Wealth magnifies both virtues and vices, and God will never place kingdom-level resources in the hands of someone who hasn't proven they can handle them. That's why this season isn't just about waiting. It's about upgrading your stewardship. And finally, preparation is spiritual. Your heart must be anchored in something deeper than the numbers in your account. Because when God funds your dreams, the assignment will be bigger than you. The money will be a tool, not the trophy. And when you're rooted in purpose, no amount of wealth will seduce you away from your calling. Chosen one, this Friday is not a moment you stumble into. It's one you step into with precision. You've already been shown that it carries the potential to ignite your millionaire era, but potential without execution remains just a dream. This is where mindset and movement must align. You can't just expect to see what happens. You must set the stage so that when opportunity arrives, it finds you in motion, not in hesitation. Your first mind shift is understanding that wealth is not created in chaos. It's cultivated in order. If your environment is cluttered, your time unmanaged, your focus scattered, you're creating resistance against the very blessings you're asking for. Get your house, your schedule, and your priorities in order. Opportunity honors preparation. Your second mind shift is realizing that money responds to clarity. If you can't clearly articulate your vision, it will slip through your hands even if it shows up. This means knowing exactly what you'll do when the resources arrive. Not in vague terms, but with detailed executable steps. When you can answer the question, if I handed you $1 million today, what's your first move? With precision, you are ready. And your third mind shift is shifting from being a receiver to being a multiplier. Friday's blessing is not meant to just make you comfortable. It's meant to expand your influence, impact, and reach. God funds movements, not just moments. Your millionaire era is not about flaunting wealth, but about fueling the mission He placed on your life. When these mind shifts are rooted deep in you, this Friday won't just be a day of opportunity. It will be the launchpad for a sustained, expanding era of abundance. You won't just step into it, you'll own it. Chosen one, as the hours count down toward Friday, there will be signs, not random, but precise indicators that the spiritual atmosphere around you is shifting. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations, whispered to you in subtle ways to ensure you are fully awake when your moment arrives. The first sign will be a sudden clarity in your mind. Where confusion or indecision may have lingered, you'll feel a sharp sense of direction. Ideas will come in flashes, and solutions to problems you've been carrying for months will suddenly feel obvious. This clarity is heaven's way of ensuring you know exactly where to place your focus when the opportunity appears. The second sign will be unusual alignment in your environment. People you haven't heard from in years may suddenly reach out. Meetings may fall into place without you forcing them. Delays that frustrated you will suddenly resolve. These alignments are not accidents. They are the invisible orchestration of God moving pieces into place so that you step into your millionaire era without resistance. The third sign will be a surge of expectancy in your spirit. You won't just hope something good will happen. You'll know. Your heart will beat faster, your energy will rise, and even mundane moments will feel charged with significance. This is your inner confirmation, the stirring in your soul that the countdown has entered its final stage. When you notice these three signs in sequence, clarity, alignment, expectancy, do not hesitate. Be ready to act decisively. The very moment you sense the window is open, step through it boldly. The blessing is not waiting for the perfect conditions, it's waiting for your perfect obedience in the moment it arrives. Because when destiny knocks, it rarely waits twice. Step into that moment with full faith, knowing heaven has already cleared the path, and every resource, connection, and favor you need is rushing to meet you the second you move.